And then the guy took the picture. Let's say this is the picture, right? And he stood up, he's like, I can't see. Wait, what? Where? Which one? Like, literally, I'm actually not making this up. Guess who is still at the door? His friend, the hairdresser.
Some people, they may envy you, follow you on Insta just to pre you. The way that go chat rubbish, the way that...
Hey, my beautiful danties, how are you all doing today? As for me, I'm doing fantabulous. Thanks for asking. So today is another African food mukbang. Today we're gonna be mukbanging Nigerian jollof rice. It's usually and popularly known in Nigeria as party rice. There is no party that you go to that you won't find jollof rice. If there is no jollof rice, it's not a party, it's a meeting. Okay? So it has to have jollof rice. And no party. Everybody go home. No party. Go to bed. Goodbye. So today, and one of my dantees, oh my gosh, she requested this for so long. Ketura Tate. I probably murdered your name. Please forgive me. But as you can see, we are having a feast today. Usually, this is how you eat jollof rice. Or at least this is how I enjoy to eat my jollof rice. I like to eat my jollof rice with dodo gizzard, which is plantain and gizzard. Of course, we have plantain because plantain is bay. I have fried chicken, which is literally roasted chicken because I didn't fry it. I put it in the oven. And I also have some chicken in red sauce in here that I put the remaining chicken that I didn't put in the oven, I put in the red sauce. And today we're going to also be drinking. Usually when you go to parties, you either drink malt. This is tiger malt. But of course I still have my coconut water on the side. I don't know which one I want to drink today, but I think I'll go with the malt. Just, you know, we're going with the party vibes today. And you can also see I'm wearing my African print hair tie. So, and you know where to get your African print not sewn. I put the link in the description box. Just message that that Facebook page. I know you guys want to see it up close and personal. Come on, come closer. So this is how it looks up close and personal. That's the jollof rice, very beautiful. This is the chicken that I put in a red sauce. Over here we got plantain, of course, because plantain is bay. Over here I got a plantain gizzard dodo, and I also have some fried chicken. It's actually more of a roast chicken because I put it in the oven. Oh, look at that baby. This looks burnt, but trust me, it's not. Ooh. Look at that. And this is the chicken. I'm gonna put the cooking video in a separate video today. I know, please don't kill me. Sometimes I really want to bring dish out videos for you guys, but the editing for cooking takes longer and all of that stuff. So let's just make a separate video with it, okay? Because I also realize like some people want to watch mukbang and some people just want to watch the cooking part. So let's separate the two. The cooking of this jollof rice, Nigerian jollof rice. I am saying Nigerian because you know there is this fight between Ghanaian and Nigerian about whose jollof rice is the best. I mean, it's obviously a joke, it's not a real fight, but it's fun. It's a fun joke, a fun fight. So let's get onto it. I think we should dish it out first. This looks like an actual party jollof rice. I cooked this to perfection because look at how it also separates. It's not like meshed together. I'm really proud of myself with this because it turned out really, really beautiful. Okay, we want some plantain. I'm gonna just use my hand because anybody got time for using a fork to dish it out. Some dodo gizzard here, or gizzard dodo, I don't know, however you want to call it. Some people even call it giz dodo, I don't know, everybody calls it different. Red sauce chicken, and of course one red chicken and then one fried chicken. and that's how my plate is looking at like. And that's how usually your party bowl or your party plates usually look like. Anyway, before we go ahead, let's pray. Father, in Jesus' name, thank you for this moment. Thank you for this beautiful food and the strength to cook this delicious meal today. Thank you for your provision. Those that do not have, please provide for them. And those that are watching, everyone watching today, bring a smile to their face, answer the prayers, give them joy, make them happy. Let me be a blessing to my generation. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Woo! Yes. Okay. Just, I'm saying this jokingly. I'm using a fork and a knife. Because I know someone will say, oh, today she's using a fork. Boy, goodbye. Should I move this to the side so you can see my bowl? I'm kind of actually thirsty. I think I'm going to go for this first. Yes. First actual bite, because I tasted it a little but not as much. Wow. Really spicy, but if it were for me, I would add more spice. But I'm trying to see if other people can actually eat this, right? Because sometimes some people can't eat my food because it's so spicy. I try to reduce the pepper if I'm going to share with other people. It's so funny because my dodo gizzard always look like it's burnt. Sorry with the grinding of the teeth. I apologize. Oh, my scarf is falling apart. The devil is a liar. Not today, Satan. Not today. Goodbye. Oh my God. The gizzard dodo with the rice dough, because I'm picking both of them up. Cheers. Yes, honey, yes. This malt is delish. I prefer this malt over any other kind of malt, and there are a lot of malts out there. Hashtag not sponsored. Remember the last time that, not the last time, but few videos ago I was telling you about why it's hard for successful women to find true love, like real love. No matter if they're successful or really beautiful or really God-fearing. And I'm no way or any form referring to myself, because honey, I am not where I want to be in life. My definition of success, I haven't reached it yet. I'm going to reach it, but not me. This woman I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you about, like, she's rich. Like, mega rich. Like, to the extent that she's single-handedly buying. This is the problem when you live in a really busy area. This woman, she is, like I was saying, she is single-handedly buying a filling station, a petrol station. And you know how much a petrol people, do you know how much a petrol station is? A filling station, like millions of dollars of naira. So this lady, of course, she's an entrepreneur. She has a company. She's doing really well for herself. She has a house, huge, everything. Now, because of her status, it was also hard. Not only could she not find true love, but you know, some people, she couldn't find really good friends, because most of the people she met, they just want to use her for what she has, right? But she has this one really close friend. She has other friends, but She has this one single one friend that she really loves a lot, that they do everything together. That she's always, that her friend is always in the house. For whatever reason, this successful woman really loves this friend of hers compared to other of her friends. For whatever reason, I don't know, but she really liked this one more. I mean, they're close friends. That's her best friend. Anyway, and she does help this her other friend, though she's not as rich at all. I don't even know if it's like she's lazy or she's, I don't know, there's just something about her that's not too right, because she's always asking her friend for money, and her friend, the successful friend, will give the other friend like 500,000 naira to for free. Just like, oh, I'm not borrowing you this money, I'm actually giving you for free and stuff like that. Of course, she will buy her things and many other and stuff like that. That's a whole mess. I think I need actual water. I need me some water, like I'm gonna drink some coconut water. Oh yeah, now I'm satisfied. So one day, this friend of hers asked this other friend, the friend of the successful woman asked the successful woman that she should give her like 3 million, and she was like, didn't I just give you 500,000 like 2 weeks ago, and you did say you wanted to use it for a business, so what happened? And her friend is like, well, blah blah blah, like, yeah, so if you gave me 500,000 and so what? Like, you're here busy buying. That's why sometimes when you make successful moves, you can't tell people, you can't show it to people. Like, you have to keep it to yourself sometimes, because you never really know. You can't trust a lot of people. Even though this was her best friend and she genuinely loved this friend of hers, and because she bought the filling station, the gas station in front of her friend, so the friend was like, yeah, you're busy buying millions and millions of you're busy spending millions and millions of dollars over buying a gas station. Why can't you give me just 3 million? How much is 3 million out of the many millions that you have? And her friend was like, listen, if I spend money the way you're spending money lavishly, I don't think I'll make his this successful still now. No, she was telling her the truth. And she was like, listen, I will give you another 500,000. You can add to the one I gave you last week. And I'm telling you, if you spend it very well, you'll be able to make a good use of it. Nope, this her other friend wasn't happy about it. She was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. She didn't even say thank you, whatever. She was really mad at her. Meanwhile, you know, I said the successful woman lives in a big house, right? She's too busy to clean her own house. So rich people like that, they have a maid or people to clean the house for her. So she had this maid. I can't really call her a maid though, because she only cleans the house for her. Because one day she asked her, she's like, listen, I know you already clean my house and stuff, but I'm such a busy woman that I don't have the time to cook. And most of the time I want to eat like in my own house. I want to eat home meals rather than like eating out a lot. And she told this lady that was cleaning her house, like, do you mind also cooking for me as well? I will double your salary or triple your salary. And this lady's like, ma'am, listen, your house is huge, okay? Huge, and it's true. Your house is really big. Like, if I'm gonna clean your house and then cook, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to do anything else. Like, I can't add cleaning with cooking. Like, it's too much. But she was not like, but I have a friend, the housekeeper was like, I have a friend that might be interested in this position. I'll let him know. So now, this housekeeper has two friends, both guys. One, he was looking for a job. This other friend, is also, like I said, she has two guy friends, right? One is looking for a job, while the other friend is a hairdresser. Is a guy. But this guy is very lazy. He doesn't even know how to make hair. He has no idea what he's doing at all. One day he was making the hair of a client, and the client, before he could make a part, almost freaking 30 minutes, the clients were like, listen, what are you doing? Like, I've been sitting here for so freaking long, and you've not even done one cornrow. Like, do you even know what you're doing? But anyway, I'm trying to eat this chicken for somebody else than me. So anyways, and like I said, obviously the successful woman, no, sorry, before them. So the housekeeper told her friend, the guy, the one that's looking for a job, that listen, my boss said blah blah blah, are you interested in this position? And it was like, yes. And then she told him, like, she asked her, the housekeeper, like, how much is she gonna pay me? She first told him, like, listen, she pays me 30,000 naira a month or something like that. This chicken is juicy. And let's tell you guys, I didn't put this one in the oven. But then when he got to the rich successful lady's house, and she told him she told the guy how much he was gonna pay, his pay was even more than the housekeeper. But anyway, he was excited. But when she first told him, when the housekeeper told her friend how much he was paying, he was first mad, like, that's some more money, what am I supposed to do with that? Everything was going well. The housekeeper was doing her job. The guy was cooking delicious meals. So one day, the successful woman's friend, the greedy one day told her friend, like, listen, I know it's been hard for you finding love, and I really wish you find love, blah blah blah. But listen, I actually have a cousin in abroad. Well, I've been living in abroad for a while now. I'm gonna hook you guys up, and I kind of think he's coming to Nigeria very soon. So I mean, let's see, if it works out fine, then fine. But I think you're gonna like him. And so, like, what, you have a cousin abroad? How come you never told me this? How come I never knew you had a cousin abroad, or grown cousin, male cousin abroad? So, like, well, we just didn't have the conversation about it. That's why I didn't tell you. I'm like, okay, fine. And lo and behold, the friend they exchanged numbers. The cousin, the friend's cousin, the guy that lives in abroad, does it say he lives in US or Canada? I think it's in the US. He lived in the US. He said he lived in the US. The girlfriend said he lived in the US. Anyway, they exchanged numbers. They began to talk. They began. What? What's wrong with me? I'm tongue-tied now or something. they became close. That is the successful woman and her friend's cousin. And then eventually the guy actually came home. Well, he called her one day and told her he's coming to Nigeria. So anyway, so they set up a date. Of course, they met for the first time. Everything was beautiful. Everything clicked. She really liked this guy. And so she thought the guy likes her too. So, after this one date, she's like, oh yeah. She invited him to her house. Actually, the first or second date, actually. I think the second date. And obviously he was living in a hotel because he just came from abroad. And she was like, why are you living in a hotel? Okay, this was after the second date. Why are you living in a hotel instead of living in a hotel? I mean, like, we've known each other for a while now, even though we've only seen each other physically for 2 times now. But I mean, we've been talking on the phone for a while now, and it clicked, and we're officially dating, right? So instead of you staying in a hotel, why don't you come to my house and stay, so you're not wasting this money here, and at least we can spend more time together and know each other. And she's like, I have all this space in my house, like, just come. I mean, obvious, and still you're my best friend's cousin, so you know she wants to treat him right. And he also said he's a successful guy, he runs businesses, blah blah blah, and he had never lived in this, he had never left the States since he's been there. I think he said he was born in the States. He had never left the States ever. This was his first time getting out of the States. No, sorry. He was born in Nigeria, but his parents, he said, his parents moved him to the States, when he was small. So this was actually his first time actually come to Nigeria since he left Nigeria. So so the first time this guy was supposed to come to her house, she woke up that day, she told her housekeeper and her cook, like, listen, I have a very important guest coming in. Please clean the house, make sure the house is clean, please make delicious meal, blah blah blah. So, and she went to work that day obviously, and she came back in the evening. And then when evening came, there was a bell on the door. Pim pim. And the successful woman told the cook, please go get the door, I think that's my boyfriend that is here. Yeah, and she was so excited. She quickly went upstairs to like make her face up and look perfect. So while she was doing that, the cook went to get the door. And when he opened the door, he got the shock of his life. Like, he thought he was seeing things. He was so shocked. Like, he stood at the door, staring at the door for like a whole freaking 1 minute and didn't say a word. Guess who he saw at the door? His friend, the hairdresser. The lazy one. He portrayed himself like he's one successful somebody, just came back from abroad. Why this guy haven't been anywhere there, the airport, you know, had not even seen plane before, you know. Okay, he hasn't even packed a bag to say he's traveling out of the country, talk less of buying a ticket. And here he is with his like 2 luggages, you know, he's moved out of the hotel. How did you get her? How is that possible? I know you. You're not a good person. Are you trying to... What exactly is your plan with my boss? And meanwhile, and by the way, this boss is really sweet, really nice to her worker. She's a really sweet person, you know. She's not even treating her cook or her house help like a housekeeper, like they work for her, like, you know, they rapport together. She's that kind of vibes, you know. She's my kind of people. So while he was busy saying, and then the hairdresser guy, he was like, shh, shut up, don't say anything, do not tell her. If you tell her, I'm gonna kill you, or you're gonna lose your job, I'll make sure she fires you, blah blah blah. And then the successful woman is like, why is it taking you so long to get the door? What is going on? And then she came to the door, and then, you know, before she got to the door, they quickly adjusted themselves, and like, cook was still in shock. The housekeeper wasn't there, she already went home because she just cleans the house and then leaves. The cook was still in shock, but he quickly, like, you know, adjusted his he's trying to cover up. They're like, oh, this your housekeeper, he's just a really nice guy. Get my bag. It was telling, that's the hairdresser telling the housekeeper, you know, remember they're friends. Anyway, to cut the long story short, these guys started living in their house. But the second day the lady went to work, that's how, I mean, first of all, before then, immediately that happened, the housekeeper called the cook called the housekeeper and said, and told her what is happening. Like, no way, I can't wait to see him tomorrow when I come to work. So she came to work the next day and saw him, and they both got together and went to meet him in the room and were like, what exactly is your plan? Because they heard everything he was saying about how he lived in abroad, how he's successful, blah blah blah. They were like, what exactly is your plan with our madam? Like, what is the problem? And mind you, the cook is actually a graduate, but he couldn't find a job. This other guy, the hairdresser, I don't think he finished school or something like that. I don't know. So they're like, I'm not sure if that has to do anything with the movie, the story, but like, so what is your plan? Why are you in madam's house? Why are you lying about who you are? Blah blah blah. And the guy told them, her boyfriend told them, she's like, listen, if you jeopardize my staying here or my relationship with this woman, your boss, because she likes me so much, she will do whatever I tell her to do, and you're gonna lose your job. You remember how long you've been looking for a job and you've not found, now you found a job, you want to lose your job? If you ever say anything to her, you are gonna lose your job. I'll tell her you're lying, she's not gonna believe it, because first of all, I'm her friend's cousin. So who is she gonna believe? You, the house help and the cook, or me, the boyfriend, or her friend? Because obviously she trusts her friend, right? So I know you're like a friend's cousin, hairdresser, like, where did the connection come into? Anyway, so since then, the housekeeper and the cook couldn't tell them their boss about the phony, deceptive guy that's living in a house has a boyfriend. These two, they showed this guy in this woman's house whenever she's not there. They showed him trouble. One day, whenever this guy is sitting in the living room, he and his girlfriend is sitting in the living room, when the housekeeper is sweeping, she will sweep his leg or something, or they'll pour water on him mistakenly or something. They were just setting each other up. He would set them up with them. One day One day the successful woman came home and the whole house was upside down. The boyfriend had thrown the whole house upside down, and he pretended like it wasn't him, and he went upstairs. And then when she came home, she was so mad as a housekeeper, like, I pay you to clean my house. Why is my house upside down? And she was so shocked. She's like, I'm pretty sure I cleaned this house in the morning. Madam, I don't know what happened. It wasn't me. But obviously she knew. The housekeeper knew it was the boyfriend that had done that just to set her up, because they keep setting each other up. To the extent that even one day, one day the lady went to work. Both the housekeeper and the cook went to meet the guy in the room. They beat the heck out of him, okay? And then when she came home, she saw his swollen face. She's like, what happened to your face? What happened? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I knocked my face against the wall. Really, Charlie? So all of this kept going on for a while. Meanwhile, the friend that hooked them up, her cousin and her best friend up, before the guy came, all of a sudden she said she was going to travel out east. She's not going to be back for like 3 or 4 months or whatever. So while all of this is around, she was nowhere to be found. She was gone. Meanwhile too, while this was going on, the cook and the housekeeper were looking for ways to actually like tell on him, or ways of telling the boss that, listen, this guy that you love so much, that you trust so much, you can't trust him. He's a liar. He's a hairdresser. He has never been to abroad. He's not rich. He's not a millionaire. He's a lazy guy. Blah, blah, blah. The guy changed his accents and everything. So they're like, oh my God, I went to... Oh my Lord. Some people are good. I'm telling you. So, anyway. After the girl, obviously the girl's in love. Then one day, after they've been living together for a while, because anytime she's there, he pretends like he's doing one business transaction online or something. And then he came up one day, he was like, it said his container was supposed to come in, but it couldn't come in because something happened. He made something up talking about how he needs 80 million naira to kind of clear the container, and once he gets the money back, he's gonna pay her back. I was like, geez, that's a lot of money. And because she believes him so much, and obviously she has nothing to be suspicious about. I mean, a friend, a best friend, connected both of them together, so she obviously trusts her friend so much, so she didn't think anything was fishy about the guy. Anyways, she was like, because I love you so much, of course I will borrow you the $80 million, but you have to give me up to 2 weeks. 2 weeks, or was it 2 weeks or a month? I think 3 weeks it was actually. Once the housekeeper and the cook heard this, they were like, yeah, we have to do something. We have to do something before this guy breaks our boss's heart and, you know, dupes her and stuff like that. So one day, before then actually, one day that she came home, the boyfriend was, because he was in the room, and she was like, why aren't you coming downstairs? He's like, yeah, because your cook and your housekeeper do not like me. And she was so mad, so she called the housekeeper and like, why are you treating my boyfriend like that? Trying to tell her that, listen, this guy is not who you think he is blah blah blah. But once the guy started complaining, and you know she's already furious because of what the boyfriend told her about how the housekeeper has been treating him. When he was like, oh, this guy is not who you think he is, she thought the housekeeper was being jealous, the cook was being jealous, because it's also a guy, right? And of course they've been rapping together. I think he was also trying to shoot his own shots, you know, because the house help, the friend, had been telling him that Are you gonna try and shoot your shot because you know she's single, she's rich, and it's not like the guy is not educated, he's actually educated. It's just that he can't find a job. But she's thinking, so when he was trying to explain to her that this boyfriend of yours, he's not who you think he is, she gave him a freaking dirty slap. Like, how dare you? How rude. Is it because I've been playing with you, you think we're friends now, for you to say stuff, bad stuff about my boyfriend? Like, how dare you? She was so mad at him to give him this. Like, next time you do that, I will fire you. And while she was busy yelling at him, the other boyfriend was doing making faces at that one, laughing at him and stuff. So obviously they dare not ever try to tell her again that, listen, this guy is a fraud. But still, he and the housekeeper are still planning to how to like expose this guy. So gradually the days turn into nights, nights turn into day. The 3 weeks is almost there for her to sign him a 80 million check. And the housekeeper and the cook are freaking out. Freaking out. Like, what are we gonna do? Blah blah blah. And they don't want to lose their job. And if they're not careful, they'll get fired, because whatever the guy says is what goes. This is the fried chicken. Anyway. So one day, this is where the woman started to get suspicious. One day she was telling this guy about, like, asking him, like, so how has abroad been? What have you been doing with your life? Blah blah blah. And then this morning, like, what are you gonna do with it? She was having a conversation with him. What are you gonna do after you get your container? Blah blah blah. You're gonna go back to abroad? I was like, what are you planning? Are you permanently moving to Nigeria? So along the way, while he was trying to tell her stuff, he was like, he mistakenly said something about, oh, after I left the States, I went to Canada or something like that. And she's like, wait, what? But you told me the other time that you've never left the States, and this is your first time actually getting out of the States, and now you're telling me that you used to live in Canada. Like, but that's not what you told me before. You're like, yeah, well, I just forgot. You just made something up again. Like, I just forgot that I just moved to Canada just for a little while, so I can't really say it's moving to Canada. You know, you just made something weird up. And she looked at him on the sideways like, okay, and she brushed it off. So she's been kind of getting hints here and there. He will say some things like that doesn't match what he has said previously, and she still dusted it off like, okay, whatever. So two more days to her signing the check to him. The housekeeper and the cook came up with a plan. So they went ahead to buy this mask like rubber, like those rubber thieves wear when they're gonna go rob people. So both of them put on mask, and the other one had a knife. They had no gun, obviously, because they have no access to gun, but they had a knife. And the guy and the successful lady and her boyfriend was sleeping in their bedroom. So they sneaked into the room. They tapped her on the shoulder like, shh, don't say a word. They got her out of they covered her mouth and covered her face actually, and they gently moved her away from her boyfriend, because obviously the boyfriend was sleeping there and they didn't want him to wake up. So they told her, if you shout, we're gonna stab you. So they they got her off the bed and took her to the living room, and obviously the living room is downstairs, the room is upstairs. And she was so scared. And she was so scared. She's like, I'm sorry, I'll give you everything you need. I'll give you everything you want. Please don't kill me. Blah, blah, blah. So they took their mask off. And then they also took her mask off. And she was so flipping mad. Like, what kind of stupid game is this? It's 2 a.m. in the morning. How dare you do this? You are all fired. They're like, we are sorry, madam. Please don't fire us. Or even if before you fire us, we don't care. We're just trying to protect you because we love you so much. This guy that you think is a good guy. And then while the kitchen and the cook was saying that, the lady was like, stop there. Stop there. Haven't I told you not to say stuff about my boyfriend no more? Haven't I wanted, like, okay, madam, please listen. And then he brought out a picture. A picture of him, the cook, and the freaking hairdresser guy in the picture. She's like, who is this? Why does this look like Festus? That's her boyfriend's name was Festus. Why does it look like Festus? She's like, yeah, that's because it's Festus. Festus is actually a friend. He's a hairdresser. He never traveled abroad. He's blah blah blah. Everything he told you is a lie. The $80 million, please don't give it to him. He's trying to rob you. He's a scammer. She's like, how am I to know that you're lying? You're like, madam, I'm sure you're educated, right? And this is obviously not Photoshop. We know this guy. That's who he is. So while they was busy telling her that, she remembered all the little clues that she got when she was, those clues when he lied that he had never left the States until now. But then another time he's like, oh, he used to also live in Canada. Like, you used to live in Canada or you used to live in the States? Which one? So she decided to remember all that little clues. She was like, She kind of felt like something was not right, but she was like, there's no way her friend was going to mislead her and stuff like that. And because she really liked this guy, so the love blinded her. She's like, fine. So when the morning came, she told them, go hide. Well, there's no need hiding. They already work there anyway. They pretend like everything is still normal in the morning. She didn't go back to the room. She sat in the living room, till morning, till dawn. She was reading the newspaper. Or pretending like she was reading the newspaper. And then her boyfriend came downstairs. Was like, hey, sweetie. When I woke up, running beside me, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, he told her his name was Pius or something like that, while his real name was Festus. So she sat beside him and he's like, oh, I'm actually hungry. Can you tell your house help? Your cook to cook me food and blah blah blah. I'm so hungry. I need my coffee. I can't do it with my coffee in the morning. The girl was just looking at him like seriously. And then she said, Festus. And he was like, he first thought he didn't hear her well. She took his fingers and put it in his ears, like maybe there's something, his ears are clogged or something. He's like, what did you say? What did you call me? She's like, Festus. She's like, so he was like, why are you calling me Festus? My name is not Festus, I'm Pius. Really? So and then she brought the picture out like, so is this guy also right here, the one with my cook and my housekeeper, is he also Pius or is he Festus? And then the guy took the picture. Let's say this is the picture, right? And he stood up, he's like, she's like, so who is in the picture? He's like, I can't see. Wait, what? Where? Which one? Like, literally, I'm actually not making this up. He even went closer to the light. He was like, for real, like, where did they do that at? She's like, oh, so you're blind now, huh? You can't see, huh? He literally did that for a whole freaking 3 minutes, looking at the freaking picture. He's like, I don't know who this is. I can't see. I don't know who that is. This looks like your house help. housekeeper and your cook. It's like, so who is the third person there? So like, and then the housekeeper and the cook came out from where they were hiding. First twos, we told her about what happened, that you're fraud, you're not getting that money. That's how Yawa just burst like that. Like, they beat the heck out of him. They tied him down. He's like, so you've been trying to rob me all this while? And mind you, she already spent money on this guy. Obviously, she likes him. He's like, oh, he's waiting for his container. So he's been spending her money. He's been spending her money. But the biggest money, which is 80 million that he was supposed to get tomorrow, until all the Yawa just busted, you know. So they tied him down. She gave him a death. It's like, how dare you? I really loved you. How dare you trying to dupe me? And I don't even understand. Like, aren't you my cousin's, my best friend's cousin? And then he's like, well, I'm so sorry. No, really. I'm not your best friend's cousin. What had happened was, apparently, she hired him to act. That is her best friend, the successful woman's best friend. She hired him to act as a cousin in order to dupe her friend. Because after all, she asked her for only $3 million. She didn't give her. So she went for $83 million. More than 10 times what she asked her before to dupe her with. And he told her everything, like, oh, she said, I'm really gonna get rich with this one business if you did it, blah blah blah. Mind you, the cousin was supposed to come back today, since that is her best friend, was supposed to come back from her trip today, because obviously he was supposed to get the check tomorrow. So now that she's coming back to this, so that tomorrow when he gets the check, they'll share the money together and balance or something like that. So while all of this drama was going on, the friend now was at the gate coming in, and meanwhile the successful woman already called the police as well to come to arrest this guy. So the best friend walks as a perfect timing. So when he told her about how the friend hired him, she broke down, because that was her best friend, that was her only friend. She was crying, she was bawling her eyes out, like, this is the only person I ever trusted. By the way, there's one part that I jumped. While she was seeing this 419 guy, this dude, this scammer guy, when she was in college, she had this one, she met the love of her life and blah blah blah, and she really loved this guy. But for whatever reason, I think they lost connection, and then the guy married somebody else. So one day when she was in the bank, she met this guy, and they were so happy to see each other, and she was like, what happened? We lost contact. The guy was already married by now. He's like, yeah, but then also I really loved you so much, but you ended up marrying somebody else, blah blah blah. I don't know. Anyways, they came into contact again, they exchanged numbers again, and all this while our old lover or ex-lover was always calling her, and she was like, never call me again, we can never see each other no more, I'm already falling in love with somebody else, blah blah blah. So anyways, fast forward to where we were before, about, you know, where the Yawa don't gas. So as the police was coming in, as the best friend was coming in, the police was also walking through the gate. So as she was about to knock on her friend's door, the police came in through the gate, because usually the homes in Nigeria, like, usually if they reach, usually huge with gates, beautiful houses. The police knocked on the gate, and as we're coming through the gate, she looked back, and then that is the best friend. She looked back and she was like, why are the police people here? And as the police people was coming in, she was like, oh, are you Miss Kate? She was like, yeah, how may I help you? Well, we would like you to come in, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I think she also told the police that they should be looking for one Kate or something like that. So she was like, oh, if you're Miss Kid, okay, we want you to come in to the house with us. And she was like, why? I'm obviously already going into the house, but why should I go into the house with you? But I think at this point she was already suspecting something was wrong. And she was like, oh, you know what, I forgot my bag. I want to, like, no ma'am, this is your bag, you're holding your bag, because she was actually holding a bag. So like, okay, so she couldn't run away, obviously. Immediately she got in, she saw the guy on the floor being tied down. And they were like, yeah, that is Kate. And then the successful was like, how dare you, Kate? I thought you were my best friend. I thought you blah, 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 blah. And then the best friend was trying to beat the guy and kick him like, how you ain't supposed to get caught? You weren't supposed to get caught. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, that's how this guy got exposed. And they arrested both the guy and the best friend. And thank God she didn't lose her $83 million. She really thanked her housekeeper and cook, like, thank you very much, I appreciate what you guys did, I'm so happy, like, you guys saved me. But at the same time she was also sad because she really loved this guy. I mean, she's losing two people at the same time, her best friend and someone that she thought she really loved. So she didn't get over this for a really long time, you know. She was really depressed and stuff. So, and then one day she was in her office, she was crying, like, now she thinks she's gonna be alone all of her life with all this money she has, you know. She can't share with anybody because she doesn't trust anybody. How is she even supposed to trust anybody now with all of this that happened? So while she was busy crying in the office, her ex-lover that they met one day at the bank came in. And then she was like, what are you doing here? I told you I don't want anything to do with you. And it was like, listen to me. Why did he even say he married the other person? He's like, but she was like, but you're also already married. Like, why are you looking for me when you're already married? And it's like, oh, like his wife, even though he has 2 kids, but his wife actually died during her last childbirth. So he's literally single. And the reason why he married somebody else is because they lost contact and he couldn't find her. He tried looking for her everywhere. They could lost contact. He couldn't find her. Blah, blah, blah. And that's how come, like, he moved on, right, with his life. And she also moved on, obviously. And now fate has brought them together. And after she told him all of what happened, then she eventually hugged him and they ended up dating. So I guess the moral of the story is, like, it took her so long to find love, but she eventually found love, you know. And I've always say in life that what is yours will always be yours. It might take, it's just that everybody's timing is different. Like, some people might make it at the age of 22, and I'm talking in general, like, when it comes to success, marriage, or whatever, love. Some people can make it at the age of 22. Some people can make it at the age of 54. You know what I mean? Like, some people can make it. Everybody's timing is different. It's just that I feel like, even though it might be hard for successful women to find love, but eventually they end up still finding love. It's just like sometimes we're just not patient enough or something like that, you know, to wait for that special one, especially when you're clocking 32. And you're like, well, I'm 30 now, all of my friends are married, all of my mates are married, or all of my friends, all of my mates had bought a house or bought a car, and here I am, you know, I've not made it yet, you know. I know it's always good to be ambitious and all, but honestly, like, what is yours will always be yours. Anyway, and everybody's time is different. We all make it eventually. It might not be now, or it might be now. It might be in the future. It might be in the next 10 years. It might be in the next 1 year. How about you hear about the saying that says, it might take that 1 year out of the 10 years. It might take you 10 years, and all of a sudden, so only that 1 year, your life would automatically change. But anyways, that's everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Until next time, until I see you, remember, life is what you make it. Hashtag positive vibes only. The cooking part is coming after this, okay? Stay tuned. I love you. Mwah.